Welcome!
Hi everyone, welcome back to Lou's Travels. For today's vlog I am going to do a breakdown of what my van cost to build. I've got a spreadsheet and this bit of paper here with everything that I have spent on my van build. So let's get started. So first of all, I bought the Fiat Doblo high top long wheelbase, and I'm not sure what actual model it is because it doesn't have any of the description on the van anywhere, so I'm not entirely sure what that is. I bought the van for £4,000. I travelled to England from Scotland to get the van. It cost me £4,000, and what came with the van for the £4,000 was the cooker, and the sink was already there, and so was the electric box, which worked. It had no battery and the gas bottle was empty. So that's basically what the van came with. Everything else in the van that I put in myself. So the lights were already here, just pointing up to them there, and obviously the sink and cooker was already here, but I didn't like the design of the kitchen that was there, so I've changed that. I've changed basically everything in the van, but I have kept the sink and cooker, although it's in a different frame and stuff like that, and obviously the electrics was fine. Once I added a battery they all worked, so that was good. So I will start off with I had to buy a new wing mirror. When I got the van, the wing mirror didn't move, so we bought a new one, and to be honest I think it's just a Fiat problem because it really wasn't that much better. But that was £33. I'm just going down the list as I bought the stuff, so it's in no order, it's just exactly as I bought it. So we bought some door card clips, so that was to get in to fix the buttons, passenger window and my driver's window. Or my passenger's window was working, which now is not working, and my driver's door wasn't working, which now is working. So we bought the clips to put, because you have to take the full side of the door off to get into all the bits that you need to change that. So we made sure that we had clips so it would go back in and it wouldn't be rattling. So they were £3.40, 5p. The curtain rod along here, that was £7.60, and then again I changed that because I bought a metal one that extended and it just rattled all the time and it did my head in, so I bought another one, and I'll get to how much that cost because that's not there right now. The curtains were on sale for £6 from B&M, so that was fabulous. So I just bought one. Blackout curtains, thermal, £6 in the sale. It was grey, so it kind of matched my van, so I wasn't really caring, so that was great. The glove box was broke when I bought the van. It wouldn't shut, it's just kind of left open, so I went to the scrappy and got a new glove box for £20. It makes a difference. The demister motor, so the thing that makes your hot and cold air work, was broken, and I didn't have any hot or cold air. It was intermittent, I think is the word. Sometimes it would work and sometimes it wouldn't, and that was obviously a massive problem. So I went to the scrappy and got one of them for £25, and my partner just fitted it himself. It's all underneath the glove box, and that's how you get to it, and it works perfect now. The rear car seats, these two rear car seats, they were not in the van, and I bought them for £30 off of the marketplace, and that was amazing. So that was a really good saving. Rear seat fuel, I paid my partner £20 to take me to get them because it was all the way in Falkirk, which was quite a long distance away, so I just gave him some money for his tank for driving me to get them. Rear view mirror, I didn't have a rear view mirror in my van, and I bought that off of eBay for £6.77, and I no longer use it. I just use my reversing cameras. It kept falling down all the time. It was a wee sticky one, and that was £6.77, and it was a waste of money. I wouldn't recommend it at all. Seatbelt bolts and clips, so this was an absolute nightmare. I'll probably do a longer video on that, trying to explain how we got the seat belts and everything to go in, because that was a nightmare because the seats didn't come with any of the parts that needed, and the Vauxhall, the Fiat garage didn't know what part it was either, so it took about a month to 6 weeks to actually get the parts that I needed to put the seats in. So the seat bolts and clips was £53.64, so that was quite expensive, but definitely worth it. As I say, I've got 2 children, so I needed the extra seats. Window switch, that was £7 off of eBay, and my partner technically bought the wrong one, so that's why the passenger window doesn't work now. It works from whoever's sitting in the passenger seat can put it up and down fine, but it doesn't work from the driver's seat, which is annoying. That was £7 for that, and it's not been fitted because it was obviously the wrong one that my partner had bought. So he ended up just cleaning it out, and it worked fine for months, and now all of a sudden it's broke again. So I don't know if he can just give it another clean, or we're going to have to source that part, the correct part this time. So cleaning products, the person I bought this camper van off had dogs. My partner's highly allergic to dogs, so I spent £15 in cleaning products just to get, there were a couple of spots of damp and everything, just to get that all off and just make sure it was nice and spotless before we started the build. We bought a tool, a Craig tool. Put the screws in a certain way, it's meant to make them stronger and neater, so that was $34.99. To be honest, I don't know if you actually needed it. You don't see the screws anyway, so I don't know if it's worth it, but okay, we bought it. I spent another £5 in mold cleaner because the mold didn't come off with the stuff that I had bought. Headlight bulbs was a £5 from Halfords. I had one bulb out when we bought the van, so that needed replacing. That was £5. It's quite hard to get in to get them done, but obviously it's needed. I didn't have the right tools that we needed for the build, so I spent £174.80. B&Q on power tools, so that was like a jigsaw, saw that cuts thicker wood, and a drill, a new drill I think we bought as well, a workbench to cut everything on, and I think that was all that included. So all the plywood for this van was £110, so that's for the bits behind the sink and the bed and all the flooring. That was £110 for that plywood that was required. And then we bought insulation and tape for $36.48 from Screwfix. So that's all the bits that went around the van to kind of insulate it a little bit, and it seems to have worked quite good. Wood for the bed that I built was £48.93. So yeah, I suppose that's good for a bed, but yeah, I think we bought this van, and I think it was 2021, so the wood prices were quite high back then. And so yeah, screws at Halfords, we spent £3.40. Angle brackets for the bed was £5.97. The folding shelf brackets, so that's the things that you push in and it makes the shelves go up and down, for my wee table at the end of my van, that was £15.20. The lining for all around the trim of the van, the carpet, that was £57.79, and I've still got a wee bit left, but I would definitely recommend buying more than what you need, or more than you think you need, because I made quite a few mistakes being my first time. So I was glad I bought extra, and I still have a little bit left in case I want to change anything or anything breaks, because they say the colour won't be right, might not be the exact colour if you buy it on a separate day or whatever. That's what eBay said anyway. So we've got the fridge runners and wood. So that was for the wood and the shelf between the fridge runner, and that was £57. We also got a coiled cable for the fridge, that was £12. A cigarette lighter also for the fridge to run in, because the fridge is 12 volt, so that was £5.09. The toilet runner was another £21. So my fridge and my toilet both come out on runners basically, so it's just like a shelf that you pull out and they hold up to 100 kilos, so that was really good. The Doblo seat bracket, now this is the thing we had the problem with and it took forever to come. That was £34 and 78 pence. I highly recommend watching a video on how to install the seats and what you need, because I thought we just bought the seats and that would be it, they would just fit in, but no, it wasn't. There were things missing off the side of my van because mine was an ex-ambulance. I don't know if it wasn't an ex-ambulance, if they would have been still there or if people would have took them off, but anyway, it was very hard to get this part. So rights, 3 screws was £1.79, no idea what they were for, but I spent a hell of a lot of money on screws. Cleaning the windows, clips and Stanley knives. So the windows, the lady had glued some stuff onto the windows to keep it cooler for her dogs, and it was an absolute nightmare to get off. I must have spent maybe 5 days cleaning these windows to try and get it off, and it just wouldn't come off for love nor money. Eventually it came off with can't remember what the stuff is called, but a few trips to the stores to find something that would actually work. And the Stanley knives for cutting the carpet and whatever else was included in that, so that was £5.27. The covers here for my mattresses I got off of Shein, and it was £31.50 for them, and I highly recommend them to anyone. You get so many different colours and designs, and they've lasted as well. They've been through the wash. Everything had food spilt on them. Everything, they're amazing. They just wash up nicely, and they haven't shrunk. My ones haven't shrunk anyway, so very happy with that. The mattress here was a foam mattress. I think we bought a small double, and that was $101.99, and that was off of Amazon. I wouldn't recommend it. It's not the best mattress, but it's better than some, but I would upgrade your mattress. I got, I think, 8-inch. I wouldn't go for any less than 10-inch of foam. I think it's worth spending the extra money for having a thicker mattress. A relay charger to the leisure battery, couldn't live without that. So that charges my batteries when I'm driving, which is amazing because I don't have any solar. And that was probably the best money I spent in this van. It was £58.95. It just means that I don't have to take the battery in and out the van all the time, and it's just constantly getting charged, so that's quite good. Pots and pans, £20 just for a frying pan and just a normal pot to cook pasta in. A battery in this van was just, I think they're called an AMG battery. That was from Halfords, an A-rated battery, and it was £139, which was great. We have it in our trailer tent, Rose, and we've never ever had any problems with them, so it's good enough for what I use it for. Ideally, I'd probably like to upgrade to lithium, but right now it's not needed. Maybe in the future. So the seat belt for my van that I got off of eBay, brand new with part number and everything. Someone had bought it and then they didn't end up using it, so that was £54.90, which was amazing. I only needed one seat belt because the seats that I bought already came with the other seat belt, but the seat belt that attaches onto your van did not come with these seats, so that was another £54.90, as I said. The heat resistor, no idea what that was for, but it was £15, so yep. A 10mm spanner for my battery, just to keep in the van, so I've always got it. That was £4. A gas spanner was another £2, which should also be in my van. Not that I've checked, but it should be there. Sealant was another £2. I don't really know what the sealant for around the floors, for the lino, that was £2. And bed wood, so we had to go back and buy more wood for the bed because we put in a third section onto the bed, so that was £18.34 for the third section of the bed. Edging, that was for around the kitchen. It was kind of scraped and looked mucky, so I bought some new edging for around there, and that was £8 from B&Q. Bought magnets, a magnet coat hanger for the door. It's absolutely useless. I don't have enough metal in this van that's showing for it to use, so it just sits there and I rarely ever use it. That was £7.42. It says coat hanger, but I'm assuming that's what that is, so I'm not sure what the magnets were. I've got no idea actually, I can't think what they were, but we did buy them and they were £7.42. The coat hanger was a £5. Excess stock, wood and miscellaneous stuff like probably was tea towels and maybe cutlery and stuff like that. That was £12.50. Oh, okay. And then we've got the washers for the bed. They were £3. We've got the cutlery holder. So these were all these wee tubs that I have down here. I bought quite a few of them. Just these wee ones here. And they were £10.75. LED lights were £6.99 off of eBay. Absolutely love them. I don't know if you'll be able to see them. Just there, and they go all the way around. It's nice at night. They were £6.99. My storage boxes, they were £11.29. The battery tray, so my battery sits on a tray. Apparently you need to have this, it's just for safety, and that was £12. I bought myself some new car mats. They were £12. Oh, sorry, no, that's sorry, they weren't. They were £18.99. I bought myself some wheel trims. I think they were, I can't remember because my partner actually bought them and they were in this spreadsheet without a price, but I think they were around £30. And wipers, we bought new wipers. For some reason the price is missing there as well. I'm not entirely sure why the price is missing. Maybe my partner had some spare ones and he just gave them to me. I think that might be why they're missing. The price is missing anyway. The middle hinge for my sliding door, that decided to break one day and my van was left open in the middle of and it was pouring down outside. So that wasn't good at all, and now I'm hesitant to open the doors even though they work fine. Definitely a bit more hesitant. They were £22.95. Brake discs and pads, and that was great because my partner can do that himself. So it was 140 quid for the parts and he fitted them himself. All my blinds here, I got them from IKEA for £30. Absolutely amazing because you can just cut them and they just stick up, which is great. The only thing is they're a bit annoying to open and shut all the time because it's just these wee clip things that you clip them up and down with. It's quite annoying, but for having so many windows in the van, it was really my only option because one, I don't know how you would fit on these silly wee windows up here and stuff like that, so I wasn't going anything more expensive. So they work great. They're blackout, they do the job, they keep the heat in. Fabulous. I would actually recommend them, even though they are a wee bit annoying to put up and down, but yeah, definitely recommend them. So I had to pan my car into the garage because there were a wee bits of mechanical work that needed done to the van that I didn't really know about when I bought it. So the front strut bush was £123. No idea what that is, but I just paid the guy and that was it. The MOT for my van was 48 quid. It passed its MOT with just a few wee bits that needed done, and we got them all done there and then because I drive with my kids, so I could never risk my van not being 100% safe. So anything that's needed done to this van, it's been done. Back rear shocks, that was £205 and I got them done straight away as well. Double-sided sticky tape, oh, I wouldn't buy this for love nor money, but it cost me a £5 and it was absolutely useless. If you want anything double-sided sticky tape, anything like that, you need to super glue it. Nothing sticks on a van, nothing at all. We've tried everything. We've tried from really dear brands to the cheaper brands and nothing works. Everything has to be super glued that you want to stay. So we got this bed here. This wood for here was £22 for Cara's bed. So that was great because we all sleep comfortably now. That was fabulous. We needed crimpers and they were £18.05. An oil change was £116. Absolutely ridiculous, but obviously Lily needs it, so Lily gets it. Bought a urine bottle and that was £6, and to be honest I wouldn't buy one again. I never use it, it just sits in my van. I think I used it twice and it just not worth the money at all. We don't use it. So paint and brushes for the wood was another £20. So to paint all my wood the green colour that it is was 20 quid. Rust and seal and exhaust repair, So the sill, I think it is, of the van, I had some rust in it. We just thought it was surface rust, never thought anything else about it. And then when it went into the garage, my partner, after its MOT, came out and decided he was going to repair that, and then we found out it actually had a hole in it. So we took it back to our local garage and he fixed that for £100, and he said it was actually a much bigger job than what he was expecting, because he had quoted me £100. He did it for £100, so that was fabulous. So that got that seal all done and it's perfect now, no problems whatsoever. Also got new drop links in, which was £53. So these are all the wee bits that I didn't know what was wrong with the van when we bought it. The van seemed to drive fine, and we didn't really know. So there have been quite a few repairs that have had to be done that we weren't expecting. Step and washing line, so I've got a wee washing line here, and just a step to get in and out the van was £5.25. The fans in the fan here, that's £10. I couldn't live without it. It's the best £10 one of the best £10 I've ever spent. It keeps us nice and cool. Clothing bags, I bought these storage bags, clothing bags, to store all our clothes in, just to chuck wherever we could find space, and they were £6 from Home Bargains, and I wouldn't recommend them because they just rip the materials too thin, so I would probably spend more money in getting thicker ones than them. I bought a bucket because I didn't have a draining solution to my sink, because whoever had this van before me, the water went outside when you emptied your sink, and I didn't know that was illegal, so I had to buy a bucket and store the dirty water in there until I could get rid of it in a proper place or whatever. So that was £6. I needed a new tyre. My tyre had a slow puncture, so I had to get a new one of them, because it was literally just deflating all the time, and I wasn't driving with it for myself and other people as well as my children. So I got that replaced, and that was £70. And these sort of cars, although this is classed as a car, but you need van tyres on it because of the weight we're carrying. Apparently you need commercial tyres, so the garage said, so I believed them. I just got it done. I'd rather be safe than sorry. So that was that. And then on my other tyre, I must have had a slow puncture at a different time, and that was just a repair, and that was absolutely fine, and that was £18. I bought a steering wheel tray for a £5, but it didn't fit on my steering wheel, which I was raging about, so that was a waste of money. And 2 small water bottles for my fresh water and my dirty water, my grey water I think it's called, and that was £34.45. So that's me went through my spreadsheet, and that's everything I have spent in this van since I have it. I've had it, so that's good. So the total of that comes to £6,510.55. So yeah, it's quite a lot of money considering a basic budget camper van. So yeah, but I'll show you my water bottles because I'm quite impressed with them. It's definitely the best solution ever, even though I've lost half my kitchen due to putting them in. But definitely worth it because I don't have to worry about emptying my sink anymore. It was really quite annoying. So yeah, let me just show you that. So this is underneath my sink, and this is my new containers. This is my freshwater container. They're kind of small and stumpy, which is great for what I need it for. They hold 12 litres of water. This is my freshwater, and this is my, nope, sorry, I got that wrong. This is my freshwater down here, and this is my grey water up here. And they're just divided by a shelf and just sit quite nicely underneath my sink, and I really don't have that much space, but it's an absolute game changer. While I was filming this, I just realised that for some reason my fridge and my toilet have not been entered into this spreadsheet, and that was because I bought my fridge before I even bought the van. I knew I was going for the van, and Halfords had a deal on the compressor fridge, and I think that was about maybe £250 or less. I'm not entirely sure. I have the receipt somewhere because it had a 2-year warranty, so that's why that wasn't included in it. And my toilet I bought previous for my tent trailer, and that was £119 or something like that. So that's literally the rundown of everything I've spent. So it said my final price was £510.55, but that's not correct because my fridge was maybe £250 and my toilet was maybe £119 or maybe more than that. So that's obviously got to be added into the total. So maybe you're looking at more £6,850. I'm not entirely sure the exact figure, but that is as best as I can estimate from adding the two extra pieces of equipment in. They're vital. I couldn't do without the Dometic toilet. It's absolutely amazing. Never had any issues. I would buy it. Any build I have, I would just keep on rebuying it. It's fantastic, and it's the same with the Halfords compressor fridge. It's amazing. I've got it in eco mode. It lasts for days. It doesn't cause me any bother. It's not very noisy. It's big enough to store food for 4 or 5 days for us, so it's perfect. So as I say, I hope this has helped someone along the way, and I hope I haven't bored you too much, but I think it's really important that you know what you're getting into before you buy, because all the extras mechanically that I didn't know about when I bought Lily, you know, it wasn't great. It was quite a big bill that I really wasn't expecting. Also, my top tip for a camper van build is always look in the bargain bucket. B&Q, when I was using it, it was just a donation. I don't know what it is now, but we got the kitchen cabinets from there for like £1 or £2, and we got lots of just extra wee bits of wood that just like for the table. I had wee bits of extra wood for there, which came from the bargain bucket. I don't know, I did get quite a lot of extra wee bits of wood for there and from here and there from the bargain bucket, and it was really handy because it did the shelves underneath my kitchen as well. So some of the wood was used for that, or it was just used to try before, like try your cut before you actually do the cut in the real wood. So it was absolutely amazing. So thank you for watching. I hope you're enjoying this. Nearly up to 250 subscribers, so I'm really chuffed with that. Hope you all have a good week, and I'll see you again next week. Bye bye for now.